Is that pretty clear? And
Uh,
the chat problem shouldn't be a problem now. Can one of you send a chat? I can my phone.
Your love never changes. We be pain in the night.
Alan, can you hear and just talk? I can't. The chat didn't show up there.
And when the oceans rage,
Drag that over.
I don't have to be afraid.
Tomorrow morning.
Because I know that you love me.
So it's critical that this thing. So yeah, Ian is going to preach from the UK. And in order for him to preach from the UK, he's going to preach like this. So you'll be getting it from Zoom, and then that will be what you'll be both streaming on the plane as well as the internet. So the thing is that unfortunately we can't test the sound right now because the sound is going to come from me.
yeah, the sound on the stream right now is
You say the same through the ages.
like you and the worship
Your
and
love never
us.
changes.
Okay, it's a
Maybe
mess.
pain in the night.
So Evan is busy with the worship team at the moment, so
Yeah.
that makes it a little hard for me to test that.
And
But
when the
what I'll do,
oceans
Alan,
rage,
I'll make sure that we
I
test
don't
that
have
tonight
to
because I
be
think that's a very
afraid.
important point. That
Yeah,
we
because
can-
that was the single worst part of the experience last week. Was
It
the
was
audio.
that sound coming from the Zoom, right? The sound was an additional issue.
Never fail.
Yeah, is that like the people in the studio would talk and the volume was up here, and then we switched it to Zoom and people could barely hear it.
Yeah,
And so we absolutely have to fix that for this week.
yeah, we've got to test that. That was really bad. Mr. Clyde! Mr.
Welcome to
Melendez.
Clyde's home gym workout machine with Clyde. Let's get some squats in. Let's go, man.
Let's do it. Let's go real quick. Hold on a second.
What are you squatting? 500, 700, a million?
Not coming yet. Not working.
Okay, so Clyde, welcome to the call, bud. We're running a little behind schedule here because we kind of redid the whole room. So I gave the guys the grand tour of the whole setup a couple of minutes ago, so that they've got it down a little bit. But essentially, what I want to try and set up is the next thing you've got to set up is you've got to set up the screen here so that it can be remote controlled. The screen on the media stream, so Ray is going to be here. But if we can set it up to be remote controlled, that would be great. Right, so the idea is that this map here, that either you or Aaron will be able to run this from afar. But for tomorrow, the big thing is we need people to be Zoom monitors. So essentially, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get somebody to do the Zoom. So Alan, in the call tomorrow, do you want to just say Clyde quickly do what you normally do on a Sunday morning?
I sit here and pretend like I know what I'm doing and hope nobody notices that I don't know. No, on the Zoom call, there's very little to do now, which is kind of nice. It's really just letting people in the room. That's all that I have to do now. I mean, you can do some of the spotlighting stuff sometimes. Clyde, have you done that on any Zoom calls previously?
Yeah, just right click on the three buttons, or right click on the screen and spotlight.
Yeah, it's usually easier if you run it in dual monitor, like so you have two Zoom windows at the same time, so you can see what you can see kind of the gallery view, and then you can see what the one spotlighted one is. I don't have it in that mode right now.
Okay.
So Clyde, if you've got snap filters running, does that mean we can meet Clarissa Melendez and maybe Aaron Benson could talk to each other, because this could be one of the funniest things that
I'm not the snap filters. It's the new Zoom. So if you update Zoom to the newest version,
No.
it has the Zoom filters.
Uh-oh. I gotta go. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Unfortunately, snap filters doesn't work with the Zoom.
That's the only thing I can tell you from
So,
our side.
so although that is super helpful for tomorrow and setting up the call tomorrow, I thought it would be great, Clyde, if you could just kind of follow along tomorrow, and then tomorrow, Alan, if you would still do what you always do with regards to setting up the feed, and with regards to, you know, so setting up the title and everything, and setting up the stuff. But if you could kind of take Clyde along with you on the journey, did we leave Alan?
He dropped off to update his thing, but I'll tell him I'll sign in the morning and I'll follow. It's fine.
Okay,
It shouldn't be too hard. Zoom isn't that bad.
Aaron dropped off as well, so everybody's installing the updates. Thanks a lot, Clyde. You're a big help.
Hey, fast to join. I was just waiting for the invite. You said you were going to send me an invite, and I didn't get an invite. And then I saw the WhatsApp, and I felt bad. I was really late.
No worries, man. Thanks for being here. So Clyde, while they're installing updates, let me quickly show you the setup here, just that you understand what we're working with, okay?
All right.
So this is the 512 studio room where I'm sitting now, okay? So this is the studio room. Evan with sound, so this is all sound related over here. This is video mixing over here. We've got 4 channels coming in here. Josh is going to run this tomorrow with the sling over there. And then this is our media piece, all videos goes from here. There you can kind of see what it's sending out. And then this one here is our Zoom computer that runs the Zoom, both sending and receiving. And then this is our internet computer. It has 5 different internet connections that it's balancing to make sure. So we've got AT&T, Verizon, Spectrum, the fiber line, and another one, T-Mobile. And it uses all of those connections at the same time to keep the connection steady, and then that all runs to this hub, and that hub serves internet to including the sling.
You had to get 5 different hotspots just to make it work.
It's just initially we had to because the Fed internet was bad, and then they installed good internet, so then it just became redundancy. So it used to work like it had to save us 24 times on a Sunday. Right now, it's just saving us 5 or 6 times on a Sunday. So, but it's much better. Okay, and then some wires run out here, and this is the actual room that we're setting up. So that's kind of worship there. And then cameras over here, that's where they see what's going on. And the idea is to eventually bring in about 6 tables where 30 people will be able to partake of the service, 5 per table, with social distancing implied, and they'll be able to experience the service eventually. So we'll see. We'll see if we get there. We're not there yet. So
and you're still having to take everything back down every day?
Only this side's got to be taken down. So this side is wrapped up, but everything in there stays up. So it's about, but we can leave it up on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Sorry, Saturday nights. Okay, so Clyde, that's kind of the setup. So the big idea is right now, what I'm going to do is we'll have a meeting this week to discuss kind of some of the details. But I thought rather than wasting people's time, because the sound wasn't quite ready, so we'll just test the sound with one of us walking out of the room here and dialing in with a cell phone so that we don't waste your time. But if you could kind of shadow Alan tomorrow just to learn what he does, and kind of just get a feel for it, then that would be great. And Aaron, if you and I can quickly work on this Mac to set up the remote access so that you can work with Ray tomorrow and the 2 of you can tag team on it, I think that would be fantastic. Aaron, I don't think you can see me through the glasses.
Yeah, I see. It's like you're here in three dimensions.
Fantastic. I love it.
I'm calling from France. Look, I'm French.
It's like you can't invite me to meetings, Yuri. Distract everyone.
Yarr.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
an
want to
internet
say,
pirate.
well, you're making incredible contributions to this tech team. I don't know how we're going to do this without you.
So as far as the iMac is concerned,
Yes, sir.
all anybody really needs to do is make sure that the lyrics are available. Hold on.
Yeah, do it again. You have to do that again.
Hold on, you gotta give me a second. These things are not very accessible.
No.
He needs your songs available.
Yeah, let's not get stuck in the weeds, everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Hey, dude, your filters are so 1.0. We're using
So,
the latest, greatest
do
filter.
you have it set up remote access, Siri? If anyone could access it?
I haven't, and that's what I need to set up here. So that because Ray isn't that familiar with the software. Chrome remote access was the one I researched. It seemed to be the best one.
That's pretty easy to set up, but I think you have to have the same user set up on both computers, like the Gmail user.
The Gmail user?
I have had very little success getting Chrome Remote Desktop to work in the past, so maybe it's better. But
I've used it before. I've used most remote software programs.
So which one would you prefer? What would be the best one in your opinion, Clyde, for us to? Because the problem is just we don't have much time on a Sunday morning, and because Ray can only be here on a Sunday morning, you know, it kind of makes it tough for us to. So Aaron's got all the expertise, but he can't necessarily be in the space. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I'd say Chrome is fine. It's basically, I think the only settings you needed were having the same user on both computers. So like the Gmail user has to be the same, and I think that was part of it.
So
right, let's try and log me in to that iMac then.
So then I'm assuming what I'll be doing is I need to go to sync, and we use we add a person, and I just add the 512 admin account. Would that be best?
I think so. Here, I'm looking at Chrome. Access another computer. Set Chrome. Dashboard. Type of Chrome access. Download.
Admin at 512.
Where are you at? Which one? That remote access? All right. I'm gonna expand this screen. Can we spotlight share live?
Sorry, I didn't get that question.
Can we? Oh, never mind.
When it's wrong and the water's deep.
Church.
Well, hold on. You need to log in as me, right? Because I'm the one that needs to remote log into this.
Let's see. Hold on. Yuri, just keep on going through it. Let's see. I lost
Okay,
it.
so yes, that's me, and that's it. So okay, this computer is now logged into 512. Yeah, link data for this account. Yes, I'm in. That's fine. Okay, so it's logged into this. So I should, in theory, be able to do remote access now.
Yep. So all we need to do is run this. So go here, Aaron. This is what you need to download without the comma. And then.
So this is log me in. That's not what I'm looking for, right? So what do I?
So hold on. So there's the remote access. So is that a room? Computer. So if you set up access on the computer you want, we need a code generated. So on your computer, so this is going to be you, Yuri. Yuri, you're going to have to go to remote desktop.google.com/support, and it should generate a code.
Okay, so remote desktop. Desktop. .google.com.
Yep.
Access.
/support.
Okay, so that's support.
All right,
Get support.
So it's going to be
Add to
under
Chrome.
get support.
Adding
Get
extension. Yeah, it's downloading. I'm installing it. There we go. Accept and install. Yes. Okay, so it's running. Okay, so Chrome, I got, should I double click this thing?
I can't see. Yeah, go for it. Just install it. It'll be fine.
Thinking about it. Continue. Install. 512 CC. Sorry, Evan. I'll be with you guys in a second, and then we can kind of troubleshoot. I'm assuming the band's done and they're heading out.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because we've got to test all the sound and everything, but I thought we were good. Okay, great. Almost there. Let someone else access this computer. Generate a one-time access code. Got it. Okay, generate code. Open abilities and preferences. What's that?
That's the settings of the Mac.
Same through the ages.
And then,
Right.
Cause you say the same. Cause you say the same.
I can't.
Cause
So I
you
just
say
can't
the
see. So you
same.
get the. So
Cause you
you have to
say
make
the
sure it's
same.
checkbox.
Cause you
Yeah,
say the
they're right there.
same
Check
through
box.
the
Yuri,
ages.
click the lock icon in the bottom left and then
Your
enter your
love
password.
never
that one.
changes.
Okay.
Maybe pain in the
512.
night. Joy comes in the
see,
morning.
I know I'm on a Mac because I've had to enter the password 3 times to install one piece of
When
software.
the oceans rage, I
And
don't
then
go
have
find-
to be afraid.
Next.
Cause
Open
you
system
say the
preferences.
same through the ages. Your
Next.
love never
Okay.
changes.
Okay, so we should be
Maybe
good.
pain
So I can
in
close
the
this.
night. Cause you say
Generate
the
code.
same.
Let's give it another go.
Yay, yay, yay.
Okay, I've got a code.
Can you show me your code?
I'm trying to show you the code. I'm showing Mr. Benson the code.
Chasm is far too wide.
That
Oh, I
it's
see.
fine.
Sorry, on the
Never
screen.
thought I'd see the
Yeah.
other
On
side.
the screen, I can try and copy it. I just have nowhere to paste it.
No, that's okay. Just hold still for 1 second. 865. Or read it to me.
8658 5984
You say the
0726.
same through the ages.
And then, would you like to allow Aaron Benson to see and control your
You say the
computer?
same
Definitely
through
not.
the
Don't.
ages.
You don't want
You
that.
say
Aaron, it says you're in control.
Oh goodness.
Oh, yes.
Wait.
Aaron is in control. Aaron, he is running it.
There you go.
you say the
solved. We
same
got it.
through
High
the
five.
ages.
See,
Okay,
I
good
don't know.
job.
Aaron, is this a conflict of interest for you?
How do you mean?
Well, you work for Firefox, but you're using a Chrome thing to get stuff done. I'm just worried about your job security now. Like, if we record this call and then give it to your boss, are you going to be
Yeah,
fired?
you're right. We find out about layoffs on Wednesday, so I'll let you know.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Well, good thing you got those glasses on to mask your identity, right?
Okay. Well, Aaron, the kids' video is the same. The countdown video is the same. The songs are on Planning Center. And then the backup person to run it tomorrow morning will be Ray. So he'll be here. But my thinking was that if you and Ray, if you could do if you and him could figure out who runs it and who watches, then that would be ideal. But my hope would be that in time we could have somebody just generate the code and log you on, and we can have somebody running it. I bought a webcam that we can set up that will enable you to kind of get a feel for the room, as well as the 2 screens that you're broadcasting, so that you can see what you're doing.
Work together for my good.
Hey, so you're Aaron, I suggest that you probably run it tomorrow, Aaron, just so that if anything goes wrong, Ray can manually change it. So test.
No, I think that's a bad idea. So all I'm going to do is get the songs in there, and then Ray can progress the slides. I'm worried about timing issues between me hearing worship and, like, he needs to do it because he's on site.
So no, I get, but I think what Yuri's trying to say is that, or we could do it on Saturday and run the thing on Saturday, where we have to understand the lag, because eventually, from what it sounds like, is that we won't have someone there to run the slides.
See, in the long term, and we need to grow into it, but in the long term, we don't have enough people willing to come down to the bed for us to run a service. So I'm trying to test with the redundancy if in time it could be stable enough for somebody to run this function outside of the room.
Okay.
I'm hoping. And Ray can do it tomorrow, but I'm trying to build up to the point where we can have someone else run it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine then. Whoever wants to run it tomorrow, I can just do it. But heads up, I'm going to be out the month of September. So, Clyde, if you want to maybe take it next week and just make sure that everything works, then
So even if you just help set it up, Aaron, I totally get it. I mean, you and Alan have been doing just about everything for the last 2 months. So I'm trying to grow the team. I just can't necessarily train everybody and everything. So that's where I really need your help and kind of getting some of those things going and helping grow the team and overseeing some people whenever you are available to help people be able to do it.
Cool.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, Spencer's going to be here tomorrow. He's going to be running the internet computer and the Zoom call. That's what he's going to be doing. So Spencer will be running that, and Ray will be running this together with Aaron. And then Clyde, if you can get up to speed with Alan, so that the two of you are kind of up to speed with the Zoom stuff, then we're building some redundancy into the system, and hopefully we'll get there soon.
Yeah, I mean, like last Sunday, what I was doing is I'm just making sure things work, but I wasn't touching a lot of buttons at all. So
yeah,
most of the switching on the Zoom end was happening at the Fed.
Yeah.
Josh with whoever's running the Black Magic needs to be acutely aware of what each thing is doing. And that's the linchpin of everything, right?
That is the linchpin of everything. And I'm wondering, Alan, if it doesn't help for you to just have Josh in your ear, or Josh to have you in his ear so that you can kind of just run him through it tomorrow, since I won't be here.
Yeah. Have we figured out why it loops when we change video feeds?
It happened for some reason when we looped the person back to himself, right? So when
they turn purple.
Looped, that was the purple was when we were looping the same thing through the system, and then it would lose color for some reason.
Yeah, we really need to avoid that. So if we know what's doing it, do we know how to stop it?
Yeah, we just didn't do what? 4. I think we took that out of the system. So it was part of it was the selector. We had a selector that would select between four HDMIs.
Yeah.
And we've stripped that from the system, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, so the Black Magic should be doing its own selecting, right?
The Black Magic is supposed to do all the selecting. You can see the everything's running straight into the Black Magic. It's not running through the selector anymore.
Yes, that's how it should have been from the beginning, I guess.
Yeah, we had one layer of complexity that wasn't serving us at all.
Yeah. Do we want to test? I mean, is it worth testing? Clyde, what do you say?
We can test it. The problem is just Alan for us to test it. I think if you and Josh, if you can have headphones tomorrow, and Alan, could you do a Skype call or a phone call with Josh tomorrow and just kind of chat him through everything as he goes?
Yeah. Hey, Yuri, can you point your camera at the Blackmagic switcher so Clyde can see what it is?
So Clyde, this is it.
There you go. So it's a switcher deck that allows us to switch between 4 inputs.
So 1 is a camera, so it'll just be black at the moment. 2 is blank at the moment. 3 is our Mac, so it's whatever's coming from the Mac. And then 4 will give us the Zoom call, whoever's speaking on the Zoom call.
It's how this should be done. It's the first real piece of equipment that we have to essentially run a TV studio. This is like the baby version of it. There's like a 5 a 4-digit cost version that you really can't run a TV studio from. But we're not there yet.
Magic thing was.
Yeah. So it's essentially a really fancy video switcher, and you could do effects as you switch feeds and some other stuff too. But it's doing it correctly instead of
That thing that we had before.
with that janky remote. Yeah, this is way better.
All right, cool. I'll make myself.
Eventually, we will stream
512 capital C. If you're looking for the password, Aaron.
And eventually, we'll just stream straight out of the Black Magic. We won't even need.
Yeah, we could in theory stream out of the Black Magic. The problem is just at the moment, because we're in 2 rooms, the sling really helps us because the sling replaces the work of a computer in doing the actual going live to restream, and also the sling records the stream and it receives the stream from the next room via those sling senders. But Black Magic has everything we need. We just need to.
The Black Magic has recording capabilities, right? We just haven't gotten there yet.
The Black Magic has recording capabilities that it runs through a PC. So it doesn't record on board. You need a second module that you need to buy.
Yeah.
But it can run via a secondary PC.
Yeah, and eventually all the sling would be the wireless camera receiver.
That's
and eventually that would go away when we get a non-sling system. Well, I don't know about Black Magic, but we just have remote. We have HDMI sending units that are like the sling, but are not tied into the sling architecture.
Exactly. That's where we'd want to get eventually, but for the time being, we'll
for now the way it's set up is the baby step towards where we want to go, because now we can take. Eventually, we want to remove the sling. All we do is unplug one thing and plug in a new input, and it's still 3 to get to those remote cameras or whatever input it is.
Exactly. Yeah, so we'll take it one step at a time, and we'll get there eventually. But that's kind of the beginning. But then for tomorrow, Alan, I'm gonna have Josh have a headpiece on with you in his ear, right? And you'll have a phone call to Josh, so that you can kind of talk him through everything.
You say the same
and
through
the nice
the
thing is, even while somebody's
ages.
speaking or whatever, you could then kind of be the coach to Josh with me not being here.
You say the same
that way
through
we can
the
make sure that, everything's running
ages.
smoothly. And then if you guys can just, Clyde, if you can kind of get a feel for the system as much as possible, and then Spencer will be here to run the Zoom computer, and then the possibility of us eventually... Sorry?
Spencer.
You'll meet him tomorrow. I'll make sure that he gets his face on the camera.
He doesn't have any hair either. Apparently, that's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Okay, so we'll get there eventually. Aaron, I'm going to log off here and just greet the band and get them going. We'll test it tonight and make sure everything, the sound, everything is perfect.
Aaron is sending us some donuts. Seeing as he's sitting in a donut store. And can we call Clyde Zorro from here on in?
No, he's like a bad spy. That's.
Well, I really appreciate your time, and thanks, Aaron, for setting all this up for us.
Yeah, no problem. If Karin's right there, can you have her send me the arrangement for Waymaker?
The arrangement for Waymaker?
I can try. Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
It's a bit of a doozy, that song. You know what that means, right? A bit of a doozy.
I know what it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and send it to you.
Watch out for that first step. It's a doozy.
Since we are living in Groundhog Day, I try not to quote that movie anymore.
That really worked
Yeah,
out
it's a little close to home right now. Well, guys, really appreciate it. I'm going to have one of these computers run Zoom tomorrow that'll give you a view of the room in the tech room, so that you kind of have a feel for what's happening here, and then we'll get there one little bit at a time. Okay, we've simplified a lot of things today. I'm really hoping that this whole process is going to run a lot smoother going forward. But thanks, Alan, for being in Josh's ear tomorrow. And for Clyde, we appreciate you being on board in your premiere movie experience and all that.
That's like Van Gogh right there.
Take over the world. Let's do this.
Let's do it, man. Thanks, guys. And Aaron, thanks for setting up everything on the worship side, man.
Yeah, no problem. You're going to leave that iMac on, I assume?
I'm just going to leave it on with you. The only thing I need to do with it is it's not broadcasting to the second screen correctly. I don't know how to fix that, but I'll figure that out. It's just duplicating the first screen. So
yeah, it's going to the web just fine. I can see it on YouTube just fine. So.
What's going to YouTube? The whole screen?
The iMac is, yeah. What Aaron's doing on ProPresenter right now is
you should just be seeing the lyrics right now. You shouldn't be seeing the whole screen. That's the problem.
Yeah, but that's okay. We'll get that fixed.
I think it's a click up, yeah. But I'll do that once Aaron is done. But that's the last thing that needs to be done. But I'm not going to take more of your Saturday. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Okay.
Cool. Who's